Welcome back to our special election coverage where the Conservatives have secured a majority. Joining us now for some analysis on what these results mean for Brexit is expert Professor John Ryan. John, good to see you at this early hour here in the studio. What do you make then of the results? Were you expecting this majority?
The polls indicated three outcomes. They were very heavily in favour of this particular result. There was some question maybe it would be a 28-30 majority. And then they were sort of kind of trying to mediate maybe and say that maybe the polls were within error of a hung parliament. But we've got a majority here, but we have problems. We certainly have problems because I think the polls are showing that he's got a majority, but Scotland has got a very strong message coming from the SNP.
Problems with the union you're talking about.
That's right. And of course Northern Ireland as well would be a questionable one.
But no problems with Brexit. Or maybe this mantra, we're getting Brexit done? Is that really true?
It's a nice simple phrase, but what does it mean? I mean, he got a kind of a way with the European Union to get to a deal because he was forced into that to a certain extent. And he actually gave up quite a lot and he chucked the DUP overboard in that process. So we're going to have to see what he actually does with this majority, because I think Boris Johnson's done well to get this majority. But what's he going to do with it?
Well, he's going to get Brexit done before Christmas. And then, of course, we've got this transition period to sort out the trade deal by the end of 2020.
Yeah, that's not possible.
Why not?
Because it's too short a time.
But we're already pretty much aligned with the EU.
Yes, but we won't be at some stage. And I think that there will be a misalignment because we will deviate from the European Union. And if we stay aligned with the European Union, that will cause problems with his own party.
Don't tell us then that after all this turbulence with the withdrawal agreement eventually being agreed, we could go through similar upsets?
For years.
What?
For years. I mean, and talking about trade deals with Japan, China, the United States is fanciful because all those countries are going to wait and see what happens with the United Kingdom and the EU.
So all EU will want to make it work, surely.
Yes, but they're not going to give away the whole game here. They're going to make it difficult, and they're the stronger partner in this negotiation. So what are they going to do? They're going to give everything Boris wants? No, they're not.
How come we're getting a very positive reaction with the pound? The pound is really strong.
That's the City of London saying, well, we've got some certainty now. That's nothing to do really with the European Union.
That's about trade and the economy, isn't it? That's where the certainty's coming.
Well, it's about the certainty that we've got a majority that might be decisive, and we haven't got a hung parliament. So we haven't got that inertia in the parliament. But it doesn't mean anything how that will affect any EU trade talks.
But what about the sentiment of uncertainty? Will we get an economic boost as a result? We've now got a majority government, and also, of course, we are now pursuing Brexit as such. It's been done. It's been sorted. Will that increase a positivity in the economy and we'll see any changes?
It might in the short term, but damage has already been done to the economy because the investment has stalled over the last few years and jobs have been reallocated. And I think that will be something that'll come to the fore more and more in the next year or two.
Why jobs?
Well, because if there's no new investment in the country, there might be some uplift in that in the short term, but if there's no long-term investment, especially by foreign investors, then where are you going to get the job creation? Maybe you might get the government actually doing some of that, but we're losing a lot of skilled labour at the moment from the NHS. EU citizens are going back to their own countries because they don't feel welcome here.
John, what sort of Brexit are we looking at now? Because obviously Boris Johnson hasn't got a form in alliance with anybody to have an agreement with them. He can really tell the hard Brexiteers to clear off because he's got a clear mandate now, hasn't he? Could he perhaps compromise more and we get more of that softer Brexit with the EU?
Well, we could do, but again, that will cause difficulties. The ERG is not going to go away. It might be a smaller entity in the Conservative Party. But remember, the the seats that they've won in the North and the Midlands, these constituencies are going to be probably the hardest hit by any kind of detrimental effect of any deal he might do or not do in the future, because I think a no-deal Brexit is very much on the table.
Really? I was just going to ask you finally, because I thought we'd sorted all that out, that Parliament was not going to allow that to happen. So a no deal could still be on the cards, what, by the end of next year, 2020?
Well, Parliament can do what it wants to do, and then the government will vote for what Boris Johnson wants, but then he has to go negotiate with the EU. And that's where the problems might start. Whether he wants to have a deal, we have to open that question up. And there is still quite a possibility of a no-deal Brexit.
So we're going to be talking about Brexit
for the next few years.
Well, it's always nice to talk to you about it, but my goodness, thank you very much indeed, Professor John Ryan, for joining us early here in the morning at RTU.